update today. WGN is helping after Harvey. The devastating storm claimed at least 35 lives, as you know, dumping an estimated 27 trillion gallons of water along the Texas and Louisiana coast. The resulting widespread flooding and destruction is going to cost an estimated $70 to $100 billion to repair. Now an opportunity to pitch in and help out with those relief efforts.
Our Amy Rutledge joins us live at the Red Cross headquarters in Chicago with more on where your money goes in the days after a disaster. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Ben and Lourdes. You know, even when the waters from Harvey recede, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. That's why a lot of dollars are needed for things like home goods, for lodging, for gas, for vehicles, for food. There's so much that needs to go in to Texas and Louisiana to help these folks get back on their feet, and that's what the folks at the Red Cross here are doing. We're in the Emergency Response Center right now, where they're not only monitoring volunteers in Harvey, we've got local emergencies that they're monitoring, and of course now we're talking about Irma hitting Florida in the days ahead. That is going to be another task they're going to have to undertake. Right now the Red Cross has about 40 volunteers from the Chicagoland area in Texas and Louisiana trying to help out in the efforts. We have one gentleman on the phone, Mr. Steve Wise, who's in Dallas. Steve, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can, Amy.
Tell me a little bit about what you are seeing on the ground in Dallas.
Well, currently, right now, I'm working at what we call the Kay Bailey Convention Center. It's basically a mega center, shelter, and for the most part, it's set up like a small city. This center is capable of holding 5,000 evacuees. We're probably about 3,200 people right now. We started receiving them this past Tuesday night, and sporadically we've been receiving them over the last several days. Yesterday and today, we've received about 500 people each. It's basically a small city here. It really has some really nice features, you know, as best as we can provide for these people. We have our own medical clinic. We have our own Walmart. One of the nicest things is to see all the volunteers here. I would venture to say there's probably about, on a given shift, there's probably about 200, possibly more volunteers here. And one of the things I was able to do is one of the first few days was greet the people here. So, you know, you see a lot of sad faces of people coming in. You know, they basically have lost everything. A lot of people had to rush out of their house right away. And we've done everything we can to make this a home for them now. So what I've seen, Amy, over the last several days
I know, Steve, that you saw the flooding in Lake County recently. Tell me about the differences it is to do that and then to go to visit this type of disaster.
This one's much more large scale, and basically, like right now, the people don't know if they're going to be able to get back home. That's the biggest thing. With ones up north of Chicago and whatnot, the water receded and so on and so forth, and some of these people were coming as far as Louisiana to this shelter.
That's unbelievable. Steve Wise in Dallas, thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to help out the Red Cross, because they do still need a lot of help, you can text Harvey to 90999. That'll be a $10 donation going automatically to the Red Cross. If you'd like to do a bigger donation, you could do that online at redcross.org. We're going to have much more coming up later on in the show with a colleague of mine who is in Houston, Patrick Elwood. We'll speak to him, and then more coming up in the 5 o'clock hour as well. Ben and Lourdes, back to you guys.
Okay.